1 minute late. Yeah, right? It's snowing here. I'm kind of sick of the snow. So today, it's marketing moments. Wait for it. Let's see if I can do this. Marketing moments. And we're going to talk about DIY your SEO. 6 steps that you can walk yourself through, and you can do some of the stuff yourself. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. So I'll just bring myself out here. Hello. I work on things all the time. So today I am talking about, as I said, 6 steps to DIY your SEO, as the cat walks over my screen. So the reason I'm going into this is because I see a lot of people that want to do it themselves, that struggle with the concept of SEO, and that really just don't have the money right now to hire somebody to do it for them. So I wanted to share some strategies because we work with clients and we help them with their SEO. So I'm going to get right into it. Take this off the screen. I work on video all the time, and slowly but surely I'm getting better. So if you're joining me today, let me know what you're doing, what you're working on, because I totally want to know, because I think that's interesting. And I'm going to get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to go over is what is SEO. Then I'm going to quickly talk about the 2 things that happen when you do a search. And then I'm going to talk about metrics, keyword research, Search Console, and Google My Business, optimizing your on-page SEO, producing that content, and reviewing what you're doing. I got animals everywhere. Let's see if anybody's joining me. I'm super happy if you do join me. If you don't, I'm doing stuff, so I like talking about this stuff. Okay, let's get right into it. Ooh, what happened there? We'll just turn that off, right? So, so I work with learning video. I'm not the best at it, but I try. So yeah, okay, let's get into it. I am talking about SEO. Okay, so when you do a search, 2 things happen. What happens before the search and what happens after the search, right? So we're talking Google, and we're talking about when you put those fancy keywords into that search bar, what happens? Well, one thing that happens is you get results, right? The next thing that happens is you choose a result to go to. But why do you choose that result? So every page can show up. Every blog post, every page on your website can show up for an individual search. All depends on what Google wants to show. Now, SEO is really, like at its grassroots, the concept is, how do we drive more traffic to our website? How do we drive more traffic to our website when Google doesn't tell us what to do, right? It doesn't tell us to add this or do that. I mean, it kind of does now, and there's been a lot of people who have done a ton of research, people that watch this stuff all the time, so we begin to know. So I talk white hat SEO. There's something called black hat SEO. We do not get into that. But so those 2 things that happen when you search, you can create a little bit of control. That's Puff in the background. He's one of our rescues. Lost his ears. I know, weird. But he's adorable, kind of mean. Anyway, back to it. So, okay, so with those 2 things that happen when you search and what you choose, then you go over to a website, right? The website you choose. So the first thing we want to really dig into here is our metrics. We want to set those up. And I know maybe this is where people get really lost and stumped and confused, but I swear it's easier than you think. And so just adding analytics to your website, whether it be through a plugin or there's a special place you can add it, ask for help if you need it. Somebody will help you get that code on your site. Once that code is on your site, then it starts firing to analytics, and then you get data. And that data is going to tell you so much. And it's fun. It's fun to see numbers. It's fun to, I know, weird, right? No, it's really fun to see that people are visiting your site and that people are landing on pages and people are searching things, and what's your favorite page? So first and foremost, you get your metrics. You set up analytics. Don't be afraid, right? So that's one. And it'll help you really understand what's happening. Number 2 to the DIY your SEO is get acquainted with some keyword research. don't just willy-nilly pick those keywords. You don't know what people are searching, right? There is 30% of searches done every month are new and never searched for before terms. But Google will help you. So if you get Keyword Planner, which is in AdWords, you can actually directly search keywords and what kind of search volume they have for your area, right? And what kind of competition they have. So if you're a small business like me, you're going for low competition, high volume keywords, because then you can actually target and actually win, right? So keyword research. Now, let me explain. A keyword is not just a single word. It is a phrase or a string of keywords, a string of words, right? So for instance, the article I'm doing, it's something like Google SEO, right? So that's 3 words. So, and you put that throughout your blog post, but we'll get to that. So the next thing you want to get, and let me just say, there's other things you can do for keyword research. You know that auto-complete, so when you start typing in something and Google auto-completes it, how are they auto-completing it? Other people have done those searches. Or on the end of a search results page, at the bottom, you'll see people have also searched for. Another interesting trick is if you search for something, like use a keyword, find a website, click on it, go over there, look for a minute, hit the back button, and then what'll happen is there'll be a little menu drop down right below the link you clicked, and it'll say other people search for these keywords, right? So you could even use those and then take those, plug them into Google, see what you get, and use those, right? Because you know people have used those to search. So then I want to talk about Search Console and Google My Business. Yes, GMB, we all know it's a favorite. So these 2 things, if you set them up, and they're really easy to do, you literally type into Google My Business or Search Console, and if you have analytics already set up, you have Search Console. If you don't have Google My Business, Google will walk you through the steps to create an account. And then, create the account and then come back. And in weeks or, try weeks, maybe even a couple days, come back and check out, go look around. They'll give you stats. They'll give you keywords to use, literally keywords that people have typed where your business has shown up. If you actually take those keywords and put them in your website or in a blog post, you will see when you go back for step number 6, you will see changes. And those changes, I swear, will get you excited. They will get you excited about what's going on with your website, what you're showing up for. Okay, so now we're going to get into 4. Number 4 is optimizing your on-page SEO. Which, you know what, if you use WordPress, it can be a lot easier. You can use Yoast, which will walk you through the steps. So the steps are, doing your titles, doing your descriptions, making sure your keyword is in your content. You can't show up for a word if the keyword's not in the content. Just say it, right? Okay, so that's something you want to do. So then you're basically going on page and you're linking to other content on your website. You're going to outlink to other content that's really valid and relevant. I sometimes link to Wiki and stuff like that. Something that'll help people if they want to know, what does that mean, right? So you can take them out to really relevant, now interesting information. So you want to link out, you want to link in, you want to focus on your meta descriptions, your title. You want to add your keywords into your text. Don't stuff. Do not stuff, right? So those are just some little things you want to do and that you can take control of. You can actually DIY a lot of your SEO, right? You can. There's the technical aspect and there's some other aspects like link building that you might want to outsource, but you also want to be careful about that. But we're not talking about that today because this is the DIY stuff, right? Okay, next one. Number 5. Number 5 is create regular content. I know you hear this all the time. But it can be fun and tiring, but fun, right? If you're creating regular content, Google's going to like you more. You're going to get indexed. Google likes content. They like fresh. They like new. If you look at your website, your web pages are static. You don't really update them all the time. But a blog can help you win because Google is going to kind of scan the text, know what you're showing up for. They're going to know if you give out your sitemap or every time they index you, they're going to know, fresh content, yay, right? So fresh content, that really ties in line with the keyword research. It really ties in line with the optimizing your page. Yeah. And then, okay, number six is reviewing. So we start, it's kind of like a circle. We start producing, we start making and seeing our metrics, and then we review what's working. So we can move forward in a smart way. So what's working, what's not, what are you showing up for? What do you want to show up for? Did you happen to write a blog post like a month ago, and are you all of a sudden seeing that people are landing on that page, or that people are in Search Console, that key phrase that you used, all of a sudden you're on like page 2. Imagine getting on page 1, right? So SEO is literally the format of trying to drive people to your website, trying to prove to Google that your content is relevant, valid, and people want it and need it. It is essential to your marketing plan. And I know there's lots of essentials, but this is how you win on Google. So if you have a brick and mortar, or you're targeting people, and you know that search is based on intent, and if somebody's got intent and they find your product, they are more likely to buy, right? Or get to know you, create that warm audience. So that's what I have to say today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always so much fun. I love talking about this stuff. I hope you do too. If you are catching the replay, make a comment. Let me know you're here. And let me tell you what's going on next week. Next week's going to be super interesting. Oh my goodness, so fun. Next week is all about social media and behavior psychology online. Know some hacks. I got some wicked hacks taken right out of university, and you can apply right to how you manage things online and how that can make things better. So that is next week on the page, 11 a.m. I hope to see you here. Sorry I didn't see any comments. That is probably because I'm not looking. But I wanted to get this content out because it's so awesome. So if you don't know who I am Pip. I help businesses manage their search and social marketing. We will help you. And if you'd like a consult, just let us know. Okay, have a great day.